Hey, so I thought I'd just give a little bit of a background of kind of how we got to where we're at with Charlie and his FIP, feline infectious peritonitis. So, in 2018, summer of 2018, we brought Charlie into our lives, and he is just the sweetest, sweetest cat. Unfortunately, just a few months after we got him, he got bit by a dog and he broke his jaw. He ended up having to have oral surgeries, and it was awful. It was terrible for him, and he got through it like a champ because that's just the cat that Charlie is and has always been. He's just an absolute, like, the strongest cat that you can even imagine. Then in 2021, he had a bout of some sort of GI problem, like really bad constipation. He had to be hospitalized. We never really found out exactly what was wrong, but it was more or less around that time that our vet determined that Charlie was going to be kind of a special needs cat. He had some issues developmentally that has kind of made for a really fun time for him and his family. He oftentimes behaves like he doesn't know how to be a cat because he basically learned how to be a cat from my dog. He was separated from his family at a super young age. He was only about 9 days old, and he was only about 9 days old when he was separated from his mother, and it resulted in him not getting a lot of colostrum, and he's just always had, a weaker immune system. And with that first bout of illness that he went through, the vet noticed some abnormalities developmentally just during the observation of being in the hospital, and we kind of learned at that point that he was probably going to have some issues throughout his life. In 2022, hi buddy, my dog Benson, he's such a good boy. In 2022, sorry, there's somebody walking across the street. In 2022, he had his first episode. It was very early in the year. I think it was February. He had a major episode. Again, it was another GI issue. Again, they never really figured out exactly what the problem was. And then later in August, he ended up going in for his worst GI episode to date. He had pancreatitis at that point. He had gastritis. His stomach was actually twisting just from all of the gas pressure and inflammation, which is really, really rare in cats to see torsion like that. That's something that you usually see in larger dogs, like the one I have right here. It's really rare to see it in cats, but they were seeing it at that point. Unfortunately, everything that we had to do to get that fixed was very expensive. Just a few days before Charlie had that episode, we had gotten our youngest cat, Jasmine, who you can see right there. Hi, Jasmine. So just a few days before his August episode, we had gotten Jasmine, brought her into our lives, and she has been an amazing blessing to our family. Unfortunately, the day after we got Jasmine, I had a doctor appointment where they told me that they believed I had cancer. So, obviously, a new kitten, potential cancer diagnosis, and then Charlie getting sick was a lot of things in really rapid succession. I had surgery in October, the beginning of October, to remove the growths they had found in me. They ended up during surgery finding a lot more growths than they even expected to. There was a lot that hadn't been seen on the imaging that they had done, and with that, they ended up having to, remove a lot more stuff than they had thought that they were going to have to, and it resulted in my recovery being longer than planned. We originally only thought I was going to be out of work for a couple of weeks, but I ended up having to be out of work for 2 months. So that was a pretty big hit to us. Then Charlie, backing up, right after that, I went back to work the very end of November, and it was just a couple weeks after that we had a fire in our kitchen, and we ended up having to replace a large part of our kitchen. So, as I'm sure you can understand by now, between the vet bills, my bills, me being out of work for 2 months straight, And then at Fire, we went through a lot of our savings really, really rapidly. So then in the first week of February, Charlie wakes up one day and he's really wobbly and has really severe ataxia. He can barely stand. He collapsed at one point. It was so scary. And so we knew right away we had to take him to the vet. This is obviously a neurological emergency. So we get him to the vet and they start running all kinds of tests, and they notice some markers elevated in him. They've been elevated before, primarily globulin, and then his AG ratio, so albumin globulin. I'm probably pronouncing at least one of those wrong. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to say it fast. Anyways, the ratio was really low, which are two pretty strong markers for FIP, but they were sending in to test him for all sorts of different things, including toxoplasmosis. Ultimately, everything came back negative. FIP is really a diagnosis of exclusion, and that's where we're at now, is this FIP diagnosis. Without the treatment, Charlie will die. We have been very lucky that we've been able to get him a decent chunk of the treatment so far, but we have a long way to go. He has to do this treatment for 84 days, and every day's worth of treatment is upwards of $45. So it's really an expensive venture. And in addition to just the treatment protocol itself, we have multiple lab work visits, multiple vet appointments. He was just hospitalized the other day again, and so that was like an $1,800 vet bill. So that's where, I decided to create TikTok, or a TikTok channel, I should say. Obviously I didn't create TikTok, but a TikTok channel. I am actually a person who's not very active on social media in general. Up until now, all I ever had was a Facebook account. I never had Twitter. I think I had Instagram, but I never really used it. And when Charlie got sick, I was like, okay, I've got to figure something out. We've got to do something. We've got to save our cats. So here I am coming onto TikTok trying to figure out a way to get my cat his medicine and ultimately save his life. And I'm so grateful to everyone who has contributed to his GoFundMe. I'll have that linked in the comments. I'm not able to do a live link, unfortunately. So it is something where you do have to press and hold and copy paste the link into your browser, as I'm not able to do a live link. And I believe that's because I don't have enough followers quite yet. In the future, I'm sure we will. We just hit 1,000 followers today. Sorry about that. My husband just got home from the gym, so my dog was a bit excited to see him. So like I was saying before, I believe it's because I don't quite have enough followers yet, which we just hit 1,000 followers today, and it's counting more rapidly than I could have ever expected. So soon I should be able to have enough followers to actually create a live link. But right now, again, you'll have to press and hold to copy the link and paste it into your browser if you wish to contribute to the GoFundMe. Obviously anything helps. And just want to thank everybody who's been watching my videos, liking my videos, watching Charlie's progress, following. It means the world to me and to my family. And let's just show you Charlie. It certainly means the world to Charlie. And yes, I know, I have a soft drink next to me and it's very bad for me. I know. It's okay. It's okay. It'll be okay. All right, anyways, thank you again so much for watching. I hope everybody has a great, wonderful day.